Get him. Get him. Hit him with a pose. Yeah. Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Basten HD here, and welcome to another YouTube video. Alright, so guys, I know I haven't uploaded in a little bit. You know, I've been a bit busy and just taking a little bit of a break from this game, you guys. Alright, because right now, the gameplay is in a state of just absolutely garbage. But that is not why we're here, you guys. We are here because we are going to be going over my top 10 strikers list in FC Mobile today. This is my opinion and my personal opinion only. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. You can go sit somewhere else. But without further ado, let's get right into my top 10, starting with our number 10. Alright, you guys, he is back. Son Heung-min, the 98 overall, is going to be in our number 10 spot. Now, this card has been going under the radar a little bit, and I don't blame a lot of people for it. EA are releasing a lot of 100s, giving away a lot of 100s, a lot of 101s. But yeah, this card is an absolute monster, you guys. Again, I'm going to give you guys my top 10 list and why I think it is best to play this card. Now with this Heung-min Son card, it would probably be best to run him with another striker, so like in a 2-striker formation. And yeah, plus. So let's see. He can not only play the striker position, but he can play left wing, left mid, and center forward if need be. So that left mid, left wing position is also really good for him if you want to play him in those positions. But yeah, 100 base pace, 99 base shooting, 94 base dribbling, 83 physical. This card is an absolute monster. Now going over his traits, he does have the high medium work rate, which is really good for a striker. This is what you want to see: finesse, shot merchant, long shot merchant, and his finesse shot is absolutely broken in this game still. He's just a bit of an underrated card, you guys. He doesn't get used a lot, and I do think he is still a very well balanced striker if you are looking for a striker. Yeah, and his value, he is not too expensive, you guys. Okay, so base value, you can probably get him for around 25-ish mil, and probably get his rank 5 for around like 120 or something like that. But yeah, just remember, when you're getting a card like this, you want to get their rank 4 or rank 5 to get the best out of them. A rank 4 or a rank 5 to get the absolutely best out of these cards, and I do think this deserves our number 10 spot. So moving on to our number 9. Alright, so number 9 is going to be none other than Hall of Legends Ginola. Okay, so this card, I know he is used a lot, but I feel like a lot of people use him as a left mid or left winger. Yeah, Ginola cards can absolutely play striker. Not only that, but just because of his height and how high his physical is, and his pace and just acceleration. Yeah, so obviously when you get this card, the first place you want to play him is on the wing or play him on the left mid. But yeah, this card is broken at striker as well. High pace, high physical, high dribbling, so his pace and his dribbling are equivalent. And yeah, going on to his traits, he does have the high medium work rate, and then he has the flair and the playmaker trait. So he is also a card that can play make. So like if you play my striker, he's good with passing and all that. He's one of the best card to play as striker. Again, having the 5-star weak foot, absolutely brilliant. I feel like he is going a bit under the radar as brand new cards are coming out and everyone's chasing after the higher overalls. Yeah, just not to forget about this Ginola card. He's absolutely broken. He can do a lot of things that original strikers can't. Going into his transfer value, again, he is on the bit of the low side for base price, so you can pick him up for probably around the same 25 mil. And just remember to get his rank 4 or rank 5 if you want the best out of this card. Going on to our number 8. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 is going to be none other than Fernando Torres. Now, this card has gone completely under the radar, I feel. So 103 base pace, 100 shooting, 97 dribbling, and 81 physical. Now, when we see his physical in game, this card has absolutely way more physical and way more dribbling and agility in game than it shows on this card. Going into his traits, he does have finesse shot, and he's one of the only cards that have speed dribbler left. He does have the 4.5-star stamina with the 4-star skills. As you can see, his agility is 100. So for someone who's 6'1", and not a winger and just a normal striker to have over, you know, just over 90 agility is really good. And then going into his transfer value, he's in the mid range, so he's around 64 mil. You can probably pick him up maybe the low 50s or mid 50s, and just make sure to get their rank 4 or rank 5 in order to get the best out of these cards. And guys, the reason you want the rank 4 or rank 5 is because they get that extra training point, so that way if you put 3 on dexterity, you unlock the level 3 for dexterity, and that will always unlock, that will also unlock the counter, so you can use the 4th one to put on the counter skill or the unlock their final skill, so it gives you even more stats. That's why you want the rank 4 or the rank 5 for these cards, so you can just get the best out of them and get their best out of their stats. Without further ado, we're going to go into our number 7. Alright, so number 7 is going to be none other than Marco van Basten. Now, hear me out, you guys. I understand a lot of people think this card has gone absolutely clunky or he's feeling a bit outdated. Cards like this require a certain play style. This is a type of card you can play as a singular striker. For the heal to heal spammer, this is an absolute great card for you. And also, when you're using this card, guys, he won't be as agile. He won't be able to do all these skills and turns, scoop turns, roulettes, heal to heal, step over exit. He won't be able to do it all rapidly, okay? You can only do one skill and then you have to go, okay? So it's like you either do a heal to heal for him to accelerate, or you do a step over exit for him to accelerate, and you have to shoot. You can't keep doing all these turns and skill with him. It's just going to make him more tired. And also, you're going to have to give him support if you're going to play him as a singular striker. Absolutely amazing for double striker as well, so you can get like a smaller striker where they can do all the skills, and then give it a Van Basten where he does one skill and then you have your shot. But going into his traits, he does have the flair, the finesse shot, and the team player. I will stand by it again when I say Van Basten has one of the best finesse shots that I've ever seen in this game from a striker 6'2 plus. He does have the 5-star weak foot. And then his work rate as well is a minus, which is the medium low, but it doesn't matter as much. I don't really notice the medium low work rate as much when it comes to this Van Basten card. And yeah, so his agility is 91, so you can see it's a bit on the lower side compared to other strikers who are 6'1 and above, but he still gets the job done, you guys. His power shots are still absolutely broken. Going into his transfer value, he is a bit on the expensive side for base price, but yeah, if you're gonna get this card, just remember to get his rank 4 or his rank 5 to get the best out of him. Now we're going to move on to our number 6. Yes, you guys, I'm giving our number 6 to none other than Endro. Okay, he's a newer card. He's a 101. Not only does he have a chance at increasing his overall, that's not the reason he's getting it. And I know he does have the 3-star weak foot. I haven't specifically used this version, nor have I played against him in higher rankings, but oh my god, guys, I use his 95. Okay, so the free player of the month card that EA gave you, the 95 overall one on my second account, and I did rank it up to the rank 4, and it wasn't even max trained. Now, I will say for a card like this, I am kind of throwing like a bone at a dog, but I feel like this card is absolutely worth it, you guys. If you notice R9's card, R9 has 108 base pace. Okay, and Endro has 107 base pace. So he has one of the fastest cards in game currently, along with high dribbling and high shooting for his first card. Although he is 5'8", 87 physical is absolutely amazing. In game, he's rapid, you guys. Okay, so when you do moves, he's absolutely rapid. Now, the best thing with this card is to play him with a double striker, preferably someone with a 5-star weak foot, so that way that Endro can absolutely shine. I haven't tested him out as a singular striker. I don't think he'll be really good as a singular striker because he is quite defensive. So I've caught him a lot. He's like the Torres, where they're more of the defensive strikers. Going into his traits, he does have the flair. That is about all he has, which is absolutely fine. Going into his attributes, guys, look at the agility, man. 114 base agility. Sprint speed, acceleration. Again, he has very high finishing. This card, I'm making him my number 6, you guys. I know there are other strikers out there who could absolutely take the number 6 spot because they've been in the game longer, but this Endro card, guys, I'm telling you, insane. If he had like a 4-star weak foot, oh, I would probably run this card, bro. His stamina is at the 4 stars. His skill moves on the 4 stars. If you're gonna be using him often, you will feel his stamina go down a bit quicker. But again, like I said, if you're gonna run him as with another striker, then it's like the perfect combination. And his work rate is high medium, but I feel like his work rate is high when he's playing in game. Going into his transfer value, he is a bit on the expensive side, however, but I do believe his market value will go down. But if he does get that +2 overall, then obviously it's going to go up. But this is an amazing striker. Getting him at the rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to use him, and you will get the absolute best out of him. So this is our number 6, and now we're going to move into our number 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 5 is going to be none other than Alexander Isak. Okay, so this card has been on my top 10s list for as long as I can remember. His stamina is the 4.5-star stamina, which is the only negative on this card. I would say his stamina, because it does get drained very often. So having a substitute to come in for this card in like the 80th minute would be like good. But yeah, this 4-star stamina, 4-star skills. Now I love to say that his stats are absolutely his stats are fake. This is a card with fake stats. He has the flair of, unfortunately, they took away his speed dribbler, but high medium for a card that's 6'4", 5-star weak foot, has one of the best finesse shots in game. 99 pace is fake, 99 dribbling is fake, 100 agility for someone over 6'4". In game, he does feel a little bit more agile. And yeah, going into his transfer value, like I said, his transfer value was very high. Now it's super low, so he's kind of like a cheap beast once again for a 97. Again, everyone's chasing those high overalls, so getting his rank 4 or his rank 5 will be the best way to go. Now, if you made it this far into the video, if I am listing a card that has another version of themselves, you can go ahead and use that other version. So I'm currently using the 90 or the 87 version of this Alexander Isak card, but you can absolutely go ahead and use the 87 as well. They play pretty similar, and I feel like the 87 is a bit cheaper as well. But if you're looking to get an Isak for overall reasons, then you can run the 97. Same with previous card that I've listed. With saying that, we're now going to move into our number 4. All right, you guys, number 4 is going to be none other than Vio Jota. Now, I've been having so much fun using this card. I run this card on my main account, and he's been an absolute blast to use. Vio Jota, one of, if not the best dribbler currently in the game, or the best ball control handler currently in the game. Super high physical, high pace, high shooting, and high dribbling. Going into his traits, all he has is power header. But yeah, when you do those skill moves, so the heel to heel on Jota, because his card is so smooth that his heel to heel doesn't really stun too much, but if you do his heel to heel in a decent spot, of course he is able to accelerate away from defenders. Same with step over exit and his roulettes. But one thing we have to talk about is his finesse shot. I do feel like he should have a finesse shot trait or a long shot taker trait, because this card, bro, he can absolutely finish. His finesse are mental. 4.5-star stamina with the 4-star skills, and his work rate is high, so he's an absolute plus. And his market value is in the middle of the bunch, so you can get him base price maybe mid 87s, but again, you want to get their rank 4 or rank 5 to get the best out of this card. And I will tell you guys again, this is not a card you want to run singular striker because of his work rate being high. He loves to also drop deep. So yeah, running him as a double striker is the best way to go. Now, without further ado, we're going into our number 3. All right, so number 3 is going to be none other than Kvaratskhelia. I feel like everyone should have this card for some reason. He's so smooth. His finesse is amazing. His acceleration is amazing. I'm running him and Jota on my team, and they've both been amazing for me. Like, this card has gotten me out of so much trouble. Broken card. I know there are other versions of his cards out, like his left winger. Oh, you could have used his left winger instead of this version. But I've tried his left winger as striker, and his left winger was horrible for me at striker. So I feel like his left winger is it's a winger card, but this Kvaratskhelia striker 99 moments card is just, he's absolutely broken. His stamina says 4-star, but in game he feels like he has the 4.5-star 5-star skills. Going into his traits, he has the high medium work rate, flare, finesse shot, outside of the foot shot. Yeah, this card is just mental, man. Going into his transfer value, he is a bit on the expensive side, so 161 base value. You can probably get him for 150 on the base value, but again, to get the best out of these cards, you want to go for the rank 4 or the rank 5. And without further ado, we're now going to go into our number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 for me is going to be none other than Eusebio. Now, I have used both Eusebio and I have used his previous version. So again, if you made it this far into the video, if you're not able to afford this one, you can run with the previous one. So I think his previous is like a 97. This card is absolutely broken, man. He's insanely good. His acceleration, speed, his long shot is mental. So this is one of the only cards left with the speed dribbler trait and the flare trait. That is a high overall. Again, his long shot taker, like I said, he has a very broken long shot taker. 4.5 stars stamina, 4-star skills, and then his work rate is high medium. Now this Eusebio card, unfortunately, he cannot run singular striker. He can, but I would recommend to run him as a double striker, so have another striker next to him. Now going into his transfer value, yeah, he's unless you're a whale, I won't see you around this card anytime soon. But yeah, you can probably get him for like 400 and maybe 390-ish. But going for his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now, without further ado, we're gonna go into our number 1. Number 1, guys, I'm giving it to R9. Okay, so in the last video that I made, R9 was number 2 and Eusebio was number 1, but R9 is just something else, man. He is just something else. So he does have the 5-star skills, the fastest striker in game. This card is just still broken. Heel to heel merchants, step over exit merchants. There's no explanation for this card. Going into his traits, he does have the finesse shot and the speed dribbler. He's so strong. I feel like they give him 84 physical, but in game he has 100 plus physical, man. Speed's insane, so hard to stop. He's jammy. The only downside for this card is his medium low work rate, but it doesn't even matter, bro. It's like he has a high low work rate. Yeah, his stamina 4.5 stars, skill moves 5 stars. Transfer value is the only downside for this card. He's almost 1 billion coins. Now, I do say no card is worth 1 billion coins, but having this R9, man, he's not worth 1 billion plus coins, but just having him is mental work. Okay, and now, guys, we are going to go into our honorable mention. So these are cards that would be on this list if it wasn't for me trying to get lower budget cards on this list. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the honorable mention, and here's the first one. Our first honorable mention is going to be none other than the Kylian Mbappe. Okay, so again, this card has been in the game for a little bit, but yeah, he's still very much broken. What I can say is you can play this card as a singular or a double striker. One thing I do notice is sometimes he's clunky sometimes, in my opinion. Okay, so using his heel to heel, step over exit, sometimes he's very clunky, but overall he's still an insane striker and he will get the job done. One of the fastest card in game. He has the speed dribbler and flare trait and outside of the foot, high low work rate, which is why you can use him as a singular striker, because for your singular strikers you want them to stay up high. Going into his stamina, 4.5 star, 5-star skills. Going into his transfer value, of course, he's gotten more expensive. Yeah, he's for some reason he's gotten more expensive. But there is going to be another Mbappe card that's coming out, which is this 103 striker version, which I do feel this striker version is going to be in a top 10s list once it's out and gameplay is going. Some people have already packed this card, but I want to use him myself personally, but I do feel like this one will be in the top 10. But since no one can use him right now, he doesn't count. So getting his rank 4 or his rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now we're going to move into our second honorable mention. All right, so our second honorable mention is going to be none other than this Thierry Henry. Now this card is also sliding a bit under the bus, But nah, man, this card is still broken, and he's one of the fewer cards left in the game that still has, or one of the fewer usable cards in the game that still has the speed dribbler and finish shot. His work rate says medium, but again, some of these strikers, their work rate don't really matter as much, and Henry is one of those. Going into his stats and his traits. Okay, so he has the 4.5 star stamina with the 4-star skills. One of the higher pace in game, great dribbling, great physical, and this card is just like the Mbappe card, you guys. Okay, so absolutely rapid, can absolutely get the job done as strikers. Heel to heel is broken, step over exit is broken, and yeah, so his downside would be his medium work rate. Also going into his transfer value, he is a bit up there as well, 165 mil, but you can probably get him for like the mid 140s. And remember just to go for the rank 4 or the rank 5 to get the best out of him. And now we're gonna move on to our honorable mention number 3. All right, so our honorable mention number 3 is the winger Rafael Leao. Now this Leao can pretty much play anywhere. He can play winger, he can play striker, he can play left mid. His stamina is the 4-star, and the only downside on this card is his stamina. Super high pace for a winger. Shooting really doesn't matter. High dribbling. 6'2". His work rate is medium low. Playing this card as striker, he's broken when you do heel to heel. His acceleration is so quick. Step over exit, his acceleration is so quick. He does have the finish shot and the flare trait. And going into his transfer value, he is 129 mil, but you can probably pick him up for around 1010 or something like that. Going for his rank 4 or his rank 5 would be the best way to go. All right, you guys, that is going to be it for this list of the top 10 strikers plus honorable mention. Again, these are my opinions and my opinion only. If you don't agree with this list, or you have a striker that you're currently using that you think deserves to be on the top 10 list, absolutely fine, you can continue using that card. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for all the support, and let's continue growing. Our big milestone is 10k subs, but currently we are on our road to 7k subscribers, and let's get back with that daily upload, you guys. If you do enjoy content like this, just make sure to click the video here to watch more content like this one, over there to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.